It's about time we get back to the live-action Transformers film series, because I realized I thoroughly enjoyed The Dark of the Moon, and I wanted to see if the sequel would hold up on some of the cooler aspects of the franchise as a whole. But then as I turned on Paramount Plus, I was greeted with the worst possible outcome. You would think they didn't have the movie or there would be a power outage. Nope. Worst of all, I found out this movie is almost 3 hours long. Look, I've complained in the past about other movies being just too long, but there's no need for this story to be 3 hours long. Michael Bay films aren't smart enough to have enough of this dialogue. So I press play and I begin. First off, we're here on Earth, back when the dinosaurs were living, being attacked by extraterrestrials, leading them to their extinction. Everybody knows this part of history. Then we jump back to the present, when geologists find the remains of Transformium, which was left behind by the aliens. Then we move on to continue the story of what happened after the Battle of Chicago, the events of the last film. Humans have become hostile towards the Transformers, seeing them as threats. A CIA team, with the help of a Decepticon known as Cemetery Wind, is tasked with tracking down Ratchet, questioning him on the whereabouts of Optimus Prime. Ratchet refuses to answer them, so they kill him. Okay, we've got 2 sequences into this movie, and I've got complaints. Showing us generic dinosaurs was weird, but we have to somehow set up the arrival of the Dinobots, which takes almost the whole movie, like the whole movie. Then we move on to show me Ratchet, who also has survived this entire time, and just for him to get murdered. What's wrong with Michael Bay? Look, clearly this movie is bad, but what makes it horrible isn't the long setup, which again adds to this ridiculous runtime. It's not the cool CGI robots fighting to death. It's not the promise that there will be dinosaurs. It's the humans, of course, but not all of them. Like, I couldn't help but notice Kelsey Grammer, who's here playing the bad guy, who by the way explains the fear and safety of humanity with the Transformers. He's made himself clear that he doesn't like robots. I understand, I agree, I get it, we're moving on.
You're trying to protect your family. That's admirable. I'm trying to defend the nation from alien war.
But the worst thing is Marky Mark. Guys, do you remember the first movie? The one with Shia LaBeouf. In high school, meeting hot girls, driving his first cool car. All these things are character development, by the way. In this movie, we start over a dude named Cade Yeager, a failure of an inventor and a single father of one hot teen, Tessa. I'm not kidding. We have a grown-ass man as the protagonist, because maybe he can fix up Optimus Prime so that Cade and his daughter can live better lives. And yes, Cade helps bring Optimus back to fighting condition. And though these two groups of heroes have similar origins, Cade and Optimus don't seem to have the same level of friendship B and Sam shared.
Grab my stick! What? She's got the best hands in the business.
Now, beyond the issues of Cade as a character and being played by Mark Wahlberg, there's a messed up moment in this film that I have to talk about. Cade tries to be accommodating for his daughter Tessa, but when he finds out that she has a secret boyfriend who is slightly older than her, Cade, of course, has an issue. This is when the secret boyfriend Shane is revealed, and he reveals to Cade that he is under the Romeo and Juliet law with her, which is a real thing. But think about, why would you write anything like that in your movie? I know this was an attempt to write humor, but it's very, very creepy. Well, much from the pacing from the second film, there are moments of action sprinkled in, while the humans stand and deliver performances not worthy of being paid to watch. Like I said, it's not till the end when you finally see the Dinobots, which I didn't know they would transform into other living Transformer things and then they just disappear. Like, what do you mean they also look like the Transformers? They are I'm so confused. For how little they are in the film, they are also easily the coolest part of this movie. That's why they're on the posters, that's why they're on the box art. But they're not in here enough to specifically declare them as part of this movie. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You get a cameo and then you're like, yeah, but he's in the movie. And you're like, yeah, for like 2 seconds, said a line, right? But the worst thing is when you find out there's a new bad guy named Galvatron.
To your freedom. And from now on, you are commanded by me.
Oh, does that sound familiar? Don't worry, it's him. Galvatron loves attacking Autobots because he is the reincarnation of Megatron, so to speak. Which do we really need him running around again? He had a whole trilogy of movies, and he did not do too well in them. Like in the third one, he's broken and just laying around waiting for something to happen. I don't know where to put this, but Bumblebee has a few lines of dialogue with radio distortion, which is played by Ben Schwartz, who also is known for playing Sonic and being just a fun comedian. I didn't know Ben was in Transformers for this one time, but hey, at least somebody on the other side of the booth knew before us. This guy's good at voice acting.
Try it. You'll be dead.
Oh, please pull it. Please do it.
You know what?
Just save us so much time.
I can't believe it. This isn't some kind of hateful thinking, but Transformers Age of Extinction is a 1 out of 5 stars for me. How this movie was the highest grossing film in 2014 to me is crazy, but it also made over $1 billion. A lot of that money came from overseas thanks to China, opening up to investing in Hollywood productions. But this is not a good production. There isn't enough robot madness to again constitute a 2 hour and 45 minute runtime. One final thing to help me validate why I give this a 1 star. Cade is not alone. Besides Tessa, his daughter, and Shane, her boyfriend. He also has a useless friend, Lucas, who is played by the ever-hated TJ Miller. And there's a reason why you haven't heard about him in a while. Anyways, our heroes and Optimus meet up to escape an assault by Cemetery Wind, the bad guys, with their Decepticon Lockdown, who appears to just drop a grenade. In this cool bass-splosion moment, there's a low bass that showcases why Ratchet died to Lockdown. Anyways, explosions go off, and after all is done, it's revealed Lucas is now a flaming metal statue of a man. Lucas was Cade's friend, but Lucas was also the one who called Cemetery Wind, or the CIA or authorities, whatever you want to be, because he was afraid Cade was helping Optimus. While the character Cade seems to show some emotion, and Prime carries this as a reason to reunite with the Autobots, there's simply no emotion. Notice how we focus on the cool car Lockdown became instead of the death of the guy? This scene is supposed to help create grief, pain, and eventually turn into retribution, if you will. But as an audience member, there's no reason. Weirdly enough, I remember when Dark of the Moon first came out, and I was like, I don't like it. A few years later, Age of Extinction came out, and I was like, sweet. This one's long, but it's okay. Now, over a decade later, I very much flipped. Dark of the Moon is awesome. It's not the best. Number 1 will always be the best. At least as long as Bay keeps doing whatever he's doing. But Age of Extinction is just terrible. And that's what I got. I mean, it's hard to write about a bad movie that you just don't care about. Like, I started it with great intentions, and then about an hour in, I was like, nothing's happening. We're developing things, but nothing's happening. And when it all happens, it's like, it's too much. It's like different levels of a video game. I hate to use that analogy. Most adults, when I was a teenager or a kid, always blamed video games. They love blaming video games for whatever problem they have in this world. I don't mean it like that, but I mean like the structure of you move. There's a point where we're on an alien ship to save Tessa, and Cade and I think Optimus are running around in there, and they've got alien guns, and they're shooting down Decepticons and everything. And we get out of that, we're back on the streets, and now we're on the streets, but it's just a total location change. I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain that this doesn't work. It's too disjointed. It's too messed up. Marky Mark, why would you cast him? How do you think that's a good follow-up to Shia LaBeouf? And I know Shia went off and did his crazy stuff because he wanted to break free. He wanted to be himself. But Marky Mark's not a good guy. Just look it up.
Together, can we survive? Let me lead you.
But at the end, I do have to say this. It's hard to care about art, especially when the artist doesn't give a fuck either. There are more things I wanted to add to this, but it would end up being tangential nonsense. Better off on my podcast Coffee Break. So if there's a film review that you like and you find interesting, and you haven't already, check it out with the next corresponding podcast release. I tend to go a little deeper with the weirder things I noticed throughout these films, but in a fun way. It's not like I'm withholding information from any of these. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying your life. I'll see you next week with another film review. I promise it'll be better than this crap movie.